The laws of motion are three laws published by Sir Isaac Newton in 1686. These laws tell scientists how an object will move and why it will move that way. Newton's first law, also known as the law of inertia, has to do with when objects will and will not move. In this law, Newton states that any object at rest, or not moving, will not move unless an unbalanced force moves it. This law says the same for moving objects. An object in motion will continue to move with the same speed in the same direction unless an unbalanced force changes its speed or motion or stops it altogether. One example of Newton's first law is a ripstick. As you can see here, the ripstick continues to go, and it only turns when it is acted on by an unbalanced force. In this example, the board is in motion. However, it is acted on by an unbalanced force, which is the rock, so it comes to a stop. I, however, am not acted on by an unbalanced force, so because I was in motion, I want to keep moving and continue in motion. Therefore, I fall forward off of the board, which is no longer in motion. Newton's second law states that objects accelerate as a result of force acting on mass. The more mass an object has, the more force will be required to make it accelerate. In the same way, the less mass an object has, the less force will be required to make it accelerate. This can also be shown by the equation for force, which is mass times acceleration equals force. This shows the direct relationship between the three. One example of Newton's second law is kicking a tree. When Peter kicks the tree, the mass of the tree is so great that even his force does not cause it to accelerate. However, when he kicks a soccer ball, an object with significantly less mass, it does move. This is because the mass of the soccer ball is so much less. Even though he kicks it with the same amount of force, it accelerates much more, and as you can see, it goes much further. Newton's third law states that for every action, there must be a reaction. This reaction is always opposite and equal. Every time two different objects interact, there is force. The amount of force that one object applies on another is always the exact same amount of force that the other object receives. Even in the example of the tree was receiving the full force of the kick. It may not have moved because of its mass, but it still received this force. A scooter is an example of Newton's third law. As stated in the law, there is a reaction for every action. With a scooter, the action is kicking, and the reaction is that the scooter moves. As you can see in this video, the force that she kicks with is the same force that is then used to move the scooter. In this way, every action, which is kicking, has a reaction, which is moving, and an equal force.